There are moments in the history of science when silence speaks louder than any explosion, and this is one of those moments. It wasn't an asteroid, a dying star, or a newborn galaxy that triggered the alarm. It was silence itself. The James Webb Space Telescope, orbiting 1,000,000 miles from Earth and peering deeper into the cosmos than any instrument ever built, turned its gaze toward a sector of space once believed to be nothing more than a lifeless void between galaxies, a blind spot on the cosmic map. But what it found there destroyed that assumption. In the quietest part of the universe, Webb detected a shadow, not casting light, not reflecting it, but devouring it. Then something even stranger occurred. That darkness moved slowly, deliberately, almost as though it knew it was being watched. What the telescope recorded forced astrophysicists, cosmologists, and mathematicians to rethink reality itself. This was no comet, no pulsar, no black hole. This was something else. Something that thinks, something that reacts, perhaps even something that remembers. An object so unnatural in its physics and so terrifying in its behavior that some scientists have begun to whisper the unthinkable. What if it's not from our universe at all? It all began during a deep field survey near the Aerodana supervoid, a vast and mysterious region known for its strange cold spots and unusually low galaxy density. While calibrating infrared sensors for a galaxy mapping project, Webb detected an anomaly too symmetrical to be natural yet too chaotic to be artificial. Instead of galaxies or interstellar gas, the telescope saw a perfect circle of silence. No light escaped, no light bent around it. This wasn't gravitational lensing. It was as though the fabric of reality itself had been interrupted. Imagine dropping ink into a glass of water and watching the water vanish. That's what the data showed. Not just an absence of matter, but an absence of physical law. Some theorized it might be an undiscovered type of black hole, but the math didn't fit. No X-ray emissions, no gravitational ripples, just a cold, still void that made no sense. Then, over several days, the perimeter of the object began to change. Not like an orbiting body, but like something breathing. Light echoes surrounding the anomaly revealed something even more disturbing. They followed a precise sequence matching prime numbers: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. As if it were sending a signal. This wasn't radio, infrared, or gamma waves. It was a disturbance in spacetime itself. Webb's gyroscopes recorded microscopic shifts coinciding with each pulse, as though something was subtly nudging the structure of reality. The precision was too perfect for nature. No quasar, dark matter clump, or rogue planet behaves like this. The conclusion was chilling. This was intentional. Then came the shock. 27 days after the first detection, the object shifted not through space, but seemingly through dimensions. It didn't accelerate like a ship or drift like a rock. It blinked, disappearing and reappearing slightly offset from its original location. This tiny displacement shattered the rules of physics. It wasn't bound by the speed of light or by time. It behaved more like a quantum particle than a moon-sized structure. When scientists mapped its reappearances, the pattern formed a spiral, pointing toward Earth. By month 4, the question wasn't whether it was dangerous, but whether it was thinking. Geometric shapes around the anomaly stabilized into fractal patterns, self-replicating formations that resembled neural pathways. The longer Webb observed, the more the patterns adapted to the telescope's perspective, correcting themselves in real time, as if aware of being watched. Scientists named this responsive geometry. Some feared it might be a dimensional antenna, or even a living construct anchoring itself in place, waiting for something. An AI trained to interpret alien patterns froze when given the data, looping endlessly before producing a single word: recognized. The message was obvious. This wasn't a discovery, it was a reply. Soon after, another anomaly appeared, not in the object, but in its surroundings. A faint background signal, synchronized with the pulses but delayed, emerged. Its frequencies formed harmonic layers, like musical chords, suggesting an engineered signal rather than a natural phenomenon. Stranger still, the harmonics shifted in response to Webb's movements, as though the signal was interactive, watching and listening. Mathematicians then uncovered something buried in the timing of the pulses. The Ulam prime spiral, a mathematical pattern rarely found in nature. This could be a universal language, a cosmic calling card, or an identifier. And when plotted in 3 dimensions, it formed a helix almost identical to human DNA. Even more unsettling, the pulse intervals matched the genetic codons in our own biology. Whoever or whatever created it understood life on Earth at a molecular level and might have known us before we ever saw it. Then, without explanation, everything began going dark. Webb's public data streams were delayed. Observatory logs vanished. Scientists involved quietly resigned. Official statements turned vague. Sources claimed that multiple space agencies, including NASA, ESA, and private companies like SpaceX, met in emergency sessions. The fear wasn't that the object was coming, but that it might already be here. Speculation ran wild. Was it a probe? A sentry? A warning beacon? Its timing was suspicious. It appeared only after we developed the tools to detect it. Either it had always been there, hidden, or it arrived recently, waiting for the right moment. But perhaps the most disturbing detail was that probes like Voyager and New Horizons passed near this region decades ago and detected nothing. That means it was cloaked from conventional instruments, or it wasn't there at all until now. Then, on the 48th day of continuous observation, the signature vanished. No pulses, no distortions, just silence. But before it disappeared, Webb captured one final image. An angular, perfectly symmetrical shape like a sigil, composed of nested triangles, circles, and lines. It appeared for only 3 frames before vanishing, too brief to fully decode. But AI confirmed it was not random, it was deliberate. Since then, the object has not returned. The silence remains. And the most chilling thought is that it never left. It simply stopped letting us see it. What did Webb really find? A silent watcher in the dark? A signal meant for those advanced or reckless enough to notice? Or a glitch in reality itself? The deeper we look into the void, the more it seems to look back. Perhaps the universe is not an empty canvas, but a mirror, and something on the other side has finally seen us staring. This isn't just about space anymore. It's about the possibility that we've triggered a conversation with something that speaks in geometry, rhythm, and silence. And we still don't know if it's trying to communicate or to warn us. One thing is certain, James Webb didn't just gather data. It opened a door. And whatever waits beyond it may change everything we know. Not just about the universe, but about ourselves.